Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing this brand new 100 amp hour battery that was just recently sent to me just about a week ago from a company called GoKWH, which I believe also stands for Go Kilowatt Hours, which is pretty awesome. Thank you so much for sending this product to me. I'd like to start out the video that way. I do appreciate it as a sponsorship. So this battery, this 100 amp hour battery came in this nice sturdy box. I'm actually holding my phone to record this video, guys, because the box is so big. Obviously it's a 100 amp hour battery. It's not the smallest thing out there. So right from the get-go, when you open up the box, you see this nice glossy color manual telling you that there's 3 different versions of this battery. The one they sent me is the 100 amp hour LifePO4 battery. They also have a 200 amp hour battery version, and I believe they also have a 24 volt series as well. As you see, they offer 12 volt batteries and 24 volt batteries. Again, the one they sent me is the 100 amp hour LifePO4 battery, which is pretty good. So, and this user manual is actually a color. This user manual is it's actually in color. It's a very nice manual. I'm actually pretty impressed, honestly. Right out the gate, it shows you table of contents, the product overview, the dimensions and whatnot. Here's the different series of batteries they have. There's the life cycle and whatnot. I'll get into that here in a minute. The battery connections, preparation, inspection, and cable sizing, which is very important. And here's the company contact information if you need to get a hold of tech support or whatnot. If you need to get if you need to get some more information from the company. Now, looking at the box, this battery is packed very well, which I am pretty impressed, honestly, as I have unpacked and reviewed other 12 volt batteries or batteries in general, and they usually do not compact this well. This company has done a phenomenal job. Now, as you can see, the battery is completely surrounded completely around this 1 to 1.5 inch thick of styrofoam all the way around the box, and the battery handle is right here. And here is the, let me go ahead and pour these out. Here's the M8 screws and bolts that go on top of the battery, which is pretty cool. These come pretty handy, obviously. I like that they offer these M8 bolts, because some companies don't give you that. They expect you to have some or buy some, but it's nice that these come with this 12 volt battery. And furthermore, as you can see, the battery, nice sturdy handle battery is already installed on top of the battery. Alright guys, so looking at this battery right on top, it has, let me go ahead and take this outside the box, and I'll show you exactly, we'll talk about battery features and specifications and life cycles and whatnot. So let me go ahead and do that. So as I said earlier, this entire battery, guys, is encased in this thick styrofoam for extra protection, because as you know, sometimes UPS and FedEx and the shipping carrier can be a little bit rough with these boxes and these shipments. So they made sure that their batteries completely does not get damaged during transit and whatnot. And as you can see from the top, this battery is completely encased with this thick styrofoam, which you pretty much have to break out of the styrofoam in order to remove the battery. I do like that, honestly. Other battery manufacturers should learn should pack their batteries this way, nice and firm. That way nothing happens to the battery during transit. So let me go ahead and take it out. Alright guys, so now that I finally took the battery out of the box, it's a little bit tight fitting, but I like that. I'd rather have something packed very well and tight rather than being loose and moving around during transit. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this plastic covering right from the top. And honestly, right from the get-go, this is a nice looking battery. I mean, for a 12 volt battery, it's very nice. It's bright. Again, we have the M8 bolts and screws, and the user manual and color as well, which I'll get to that in a minute. But looking at the battery physically, this is a nice battery. This is the front of the battery, giving you all information that you need pretty much. It's a 12.8 volt battery. It's 100 amp hours, which is equivalent to 1,280 watt hours, of course. It's a lithium iron phosphate battery chemistry, as also known as LifePO4 battery, which is very safe to use, and usually they have a lot more longer life cycles compared to lead acid batteries and other battery chemistries. I believe they have the longest life cycle battery chemistries out there. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. Please feel free. I might be wrong about that. But this is my favorite battery chemistry out there. Honestly, LifePO4 I think rules, and the prices they keep coming down on these type of these type of batteries, which is great. Now on the front of the battery, I do like the design. The yellow really stands out, and I'm going to talk about the digital screen on top here in a minute. But this is very nice. Now I do like the black and yellow. They really they really blend in, as they say. And here's the brand GoKWH or GoKWH. I like the name. I like the design. I like the sun design here, showing you that this is also solar compatible, of course, because it's a lithium battery. And on the back of the battery, and as you can see, the handle is pretty installed, by the way. And on the back of the battery, let's see. It's also the same design as well, which is all good. And here's also their QR code right here. So you can just scan this one with pretty much any smartphone out there, take a picture of it, and I'm sure it will take you directly to the website if you want to get even some more specs and whatnot regarding these 12-volt or 24-volt batteries that they offer on their website. So looking on top of the battery, and this, honestly, compared to other batteries, this battery is not even heavy. I'd say it's in the 20-pound range, 20 to 25-pound weight, which is very nice because, as you guys know, batteries, especially like car batteries, they can be pretty heavy. You can definitely not pick one up with one hand. You most likely need both hands. But this one, as you can see, I just picked it up with one hand, no problem. Now the battery terminals, here's the positive and here's the negative, and they do show here's the plus sign and here's the negative sign. I like that. And they're also color coded, which is pretty nice. And they do have these terminal protectors, or these pieces of rubber where you can just take off. I'm gonna save those. I know myself, because I like to keep this part not exposed if I'm not using the battery, which I'm not going to be using it a whole lot. I mean, I guess I am, depending on the project that I have going and whatnot. So this is a nice feature. I like the fact that they included these in the set. And then here, this is where it gets really interesting. I hope you guys can see this pretty clear here. As you can see, this battery comes with a digital display. Yes, finally a battery with a digital display showing you the current voltage. And as you can see, the screen went off by itself. Right now it's 100% fully charged. As you can see, it's 100%, and the battery is sitting at 13.3 volts, which is pretty nice. And usually this LCD shuts itself off. It turns itself off after, seems like 5 or 10 seconds to save battery power. But also another feature is that what's nice about it is that you can hit the sub button, and if you press and hold down the sub button, there is different settings. So you can set lead acid battery settings if you want to connect this battery to a series or parallel, however you want to do that, which they do provide that information in the manual as well. So there's 1P and then there's 2P for lithium batteries, and then there's the number 3. I believe it's the lithium iron phosphate setup. And then here's I'm not sure what this setting is for, but I'm sure it does explain it in the manual. I'm probably not going to use this part right here. I'm not even going to connect it in series or parallel. I'm just going to use the battery by itself. But if you want to go ahead and do that, you can be my guest by doing that. And then here is the timer for how many seconds this LCD will go off. So right now the feature is on. And then here's also, you can also set up an alarm for low voltage for the battery to be for the BMS to be shut off. So right now by default it's set to 10.7 volts, and that's when the alarm is going to go off, and I'm sure the battery is going to shut off. It's going to shut itself off as well. So if you want to change these settings, you just hit power again, and it will go through the settings, and you can change the voltage and whatnot, as well as other settings. So I'm going to go ahead and hit, I'm not sure what 7A stands for. So and then it goes back to 1P. So if you just press and hold set one more time for 2 to 3 seconds, it will go back to the default settings. See, my light is kind of washing it out, be honest. So as you can see there, let's see if I can make the screen darker for you guys. And hopefully that's better. As you can see, it's sitting at 13.3 volts and 100%. Now the battery did arrive at 73% battery capacity, but I did fully charge it using a 10 amp lithium LifePO4 battery charger from DeWalt that was also sponsored to me as well not too long ago. And so I did charge that. It took like 2-3 hours to charge, however. And then now I'm not gonna say that I am a battery expert or electrical engineer and whatnot, but I don't have any fancy electrical testing tools and whatnot. And but I do have a 700 watt pure sine wave DC to AC inverter, which I'll plug in here for testing. So let me go ahead and show you that. All right, guys. Now, before I show you my 700 watt pure sine wave inverter, I do want to talk about the warranty and some of the most popular specs that people are usually interested when buying a lithium or 12-volt battery. Now, looking at the user manual, this comes with a 5-year warranty. Again, the battery chemistry or the cell type right on top is the LifePO4 battery, which is lithium iron phosphate, and the model is 12v 100AH which stands for 100 amp hours. The case material, the terminal type is M8, of course. The case material is ABS frame retardant plastic. It has a 5-year warranty, and the nominal energy is 1,280 watt hours. Recommended charge voltage is below 14.6 volts, and recommended charge current is below 50 amps. The recommended discharge cutoff voltage is over 10 volts, and the life cycle, which is very important, is at 4,000 cycles. And as you can see, it says the service life is 10 years, and the battery protection, it has an IP65 protection, also with a built-in BMS, which is the battery management system, which is very important. There goes the temperature range. The charge is at 0 to 45 Celsius. Of course, it's 32 to 113 Fahrenheit. The discharge is between -4 to 140 degrees. Storage is 14 to 113 Fahrenheit. You can use this battery in parallel connection up to 4P, and in series connection up to 4S. And of course, we're looking at the one here that's on the left-hand side, because this is for the 100 amp hour battery versus the 200 and the 24-volt version of this 100 amp hour battery as well. So you'd be looking down at this lane all the way on the left side of the page. So, as I promised, yeah, that's a pretty nice user manual, guys. Usually companies, they cheap on the user manuals, not GoKWH, so that's pretty nice of them. So as I said earlier, I'm going to be go ahead and using this 700 watt pure sine wave inverter. This is a DC to AC inverter. This is something I do need to review on my channel. I think a lot of people are interested in some good, not very expensive pure sine wave inverters. And this also has, it looks like it also came with 2 fuses built into the AC to DC, excuse me, DC to AC inverter, which is pretty nice. So what I'm gonna go ahead and be doing, I'm actually gonna plug this 700 watt inverter directly into the battery using the battery clamps that are provided with this inverter, and I'm gonna go ahead and charge my another lithium. I'm gonna go ahead and charge my portable power station from All Powers, which is also another sponsored products. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me plug everything in and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so now that I have plugged everything in, so now the GoKWH 100 amp hour LifePO4 battery is plugged in directly using the battery clamps, positive and negative of course, into my 700 watt pure sine wave inverter, which of course I had to flip this upside down in order for this kilowatt meter so you guys are able to see the screen. And then what this is plugged into, so basically the 100 amp hour battery is going to be charging my 1 kilowatt lithium power station. This is a portable power station that I had reviewed in the past not too long ago. That was also a sponsored product, which is amazing, from All Powers on my channel. So, and this power station does charge at 300 watts, by the way. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the 700 watt pure sine wave inverter, and you will get to hear that. And as you can see, the battery is at 76% battery capacity for the power station, and the power is just incoming right now, 156 watts, 228 watts. And as you can see right here, the 100 amp hour LifePO4 battery is actually providing around 300 watts, 302 watts, 304 watts. And I did reset this kilowatt meter, this digital kilowatt meter, which comes very handy, down to 0. And as you can see, it's pretty much charging at 300 watts consistent. And that's the cooling fan, that's the noise that you're hearing. And the 100 amp hour battery I did fully charge it, and it was pretty much fully charged, and it's already, actually, let me go ahead and make this chart. I do apologize about the screen being washed out, so let's go ahead and make that darker. You can see the battery already went down to 13 volts and down to 93%. I pretty much fully charged this battery. I know I did. I did fully charge it last night. Maybe I didn't reach 100% exactly, but very close to it. But again, I am pulling 300 consistent watts from this 100 amp hour battery and inputting it into the lithium portable power station from All Powers, because I don't like to waste power. And as you can see, it's running very smoothly. As a matter of fact, the power station just jumped from 76% to 77%. So I'm going to go ahead and fully charge this lithium power station using the 100 amp hour battery, which it should be fully charged. I'll be honest, I don't know, about an hour or two, give or take. I just haven't done the math yet. But as you can see, it's running very smoothly, and the battery is now providing almost 295 watts consistently for the past almost 2 minutes, as you can see on the timer on top. And if I hit the function button, as you can see, the battery already provided 0.010 kilowatt hours. So let's, at the end, later on, I'm gonna come back to it, say like an hour or 2 hours later, and I'll show you guys how many kilowatt hours or how many watt hours the battery provided into this portable power station. Okay, so I'll be right back. Here's the voltage, by the way. It's 115.6 volts. It's pulling 2.603 amps from the GoKWH battery. So now it's at 2.59 amps, and that's the low wattage. The highest is 306 watts. So there's the current wattage current right now, which is 297 watts. So let's give about an hour or two, and I'll be right back, and I'll show you the results, and then we'll do some basic math. Okay? All right. See you in a bit. All right, guys. So the 100 amp hour GoKWH battery has been charging my 1 kilowatt power station. And as you guys remember, just almost an hour ago, give or take, the power station was at 76 or 78%. I think it was 76. And right now it's almost fully charged. As you can see, it's at 99% battery capacity, which means it's been charging at almost close to 300 watts. I think it started at 306 watts when I plugged it into the power station. And right now it's down to 291 watts or 292 watts consistently. And as you can see on the top, the timer shows that it's been charging the LifePO4 battery, has been charging this lithium power station for a little over 1 hour, 1 hour and 9 minutes to be exact. And consistently, again, just very close to 300 watts without any issues. And if I click on the function button, this shows you how many kilowatts or how many watt hours I have transferred from the LifePO4 battery from GoKWH into my portable power station. And as you can see, I believe I'm reading this right, I have transferred already 342 watt hours, and so a little over just about 1/3 of a kilowatt into this portable power station, again without no issues. And as you can see here, the voltage is 117.5 volts. Has been consistently pulling 2.482 amps without any issues. The lowest wattage was 61.7 watts, and the highest was 306.6 watts. And I'm going to go back to the original screen. And as you can see, the battery on the power station itself is almost fully charged. So as normal, whatever is supplying the portable power station, the power source to that is of course our LifePO4 battery from GoKWH. Will start providing a little bit of a less power, and as you can see, it went from 306 watts to 294 watts, which is normal because the power station again is almost fully charged. It's very close to 100% being fully charged. So yeah, I'm very impressed. I know this is not like a very big deal testing this battery, but again, I don't have any exclusive and fancy or expensive electrical equipment, and I am definitely not no electrical engineer. That would be pretty nice. But again, this is some basic testing, but I do like what I'm seeing here. This is a very nice battery, and thank you so much for GoKWH for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate that, and the way they handle their business, and the very friendly emails back and forth, and the cooperation with the company. So I hope you guys like this video. If you like these type of videos, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Let me go ahead and turn off this. Let me go ahead and turn off the 700 watt inverter, because that's what the fan noise is coming from. So again, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. It doesn't cost you guys anything, but it means a whole lot to me. And by the way, the battery capacity is at 90. Let's see if I can show this to you guys. It's at 93%. The battery's still at 13 volts. As you can see, it's at 93% right there. And of course, the screenshot's off after like 5 or 6 seconds, which is normal. So if you guys are interested in a great 100 amp hour LifePO4 battery, something that will last you years and years to come, with a 5-year warranty, and this should last you 10 years depending on usage, of course. I will go ahead and include the link in the description if you look right down below, along with a $50 off coupon, which is good for 2 months as the company advised me. So if you want to go ahead and get this battery much cheaper, go ahead and use my link. I would really appreciate that. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. And if you guys have any questions, go ahead and drop me a line down below. And I normally get back to everyone that has a reasonable question that maybe something I forgot to cover or whatnot. But yeah, I'm very happy with this battery, and I'm definitely going to use it on some other projects other than power emergency backup. So again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next review. And thanks to GoKWH for sponsoring this video. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.